Some, they said, don't take it personal, but for real, they do. Kind of like ponder upon this, right? Because I always say this. I'm not complete in my analyzation. When I say or share things, it's nothing really personal for me. Whether the person believe it or not is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm saying this. This is nothing personal. This is just an observation because that is for me. And then the thing that happened is sometimes, at least this is in my experience, so I would say something if they have a trigger points, which all of us do. Like even me, I do have that. But sometimes there are certain rare cases that when you get triggered and you think the person is talking about you, then you're going to be defensive. And then your comeback, you're going to say things that are personal to the person that you think is taking you personally. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I say that, because I know exactly what I'm going to say, and I know that people would react on it. And that's why I would always say, do not take things personally because I am warning you. You can, not you, in general, use, ayan, us. And I think that's a cycle of things. Do not take things personal. It's going to be very subjective as well. It's very, very subjective, objective. But if you're in icy feet and if you exactly know your boundaries, I think that's more powerful than anything else. That's why I always advocate, always put boundaries in everything of your life. So you exactly know what is personal and what is not personal. So that's it for me. I'm laughing because I feel like this is such a very, very serious topic that could be taken very, very badly. Like I can rob a lot of Western men if I say these things. Because this LBH is what I would say it's becoming trendy right now because it's supposedly from a Japanese woman. So I want to kind of like give you the glimpse and the context of what we're talking about. So that's the LBH. So in that regard, because it comes from a woman in Japan, I'm going to talk about little things of the influx of Western man-child in Japan. Ayan, I'm pretty sure a lot of it you'll probably relate if you are in a Southeast Asia. When I was researching about this, there's a lot of things. It's not just Japan. There's a lot of branches. There's a lot of factors. And for me, it all comes down to, if I think about it, if I listen and understand what they're talking about, it just relates to being a man-child. Or for women, it's a woman-child. So I want to know, what are your thoughts about this? You know, have you ever had experience, or you yourself, like what is the pivotal point in your life when you understand this is bigger than me? I'm smaller, and you become mature. Because sometimes I feel like there's a certain phase in our life that we felt, holy shit, I'm matured. You know, like things that surprise you guys. Those are the things that I want to kind of like explore with everyone. Kung baga asal bata, kahit may edad na, ganun. Yes, we're gonna explore that. We're gonna start from the very basic of what these things are meaning. Di yan bagay sa lalaki. I never dated anyone before, so I guess it would... I am good if they were more mature, but I can also have that same tendencies and be a man-child sometimes. Like for me, if I understand things or certain behavior that I do and someone can explain to me that I'm being a woman-child, and if I accept that and try to analyze that maybe there's a truth in that, then I can actually grow to be a more desirable and a better person. Not just for my partner or to my coworkers, but to the whole society that I belong with. This is the things that I kind of like wanted to share. There is nothing wrong to becoming a man-child or a woman-child or being immature. We are going there, and some people are late bloomers. Some people, like I would say, I'm still a fucking kid at heart sometimes. Or have immature reactions to things. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to point out to everyone.
For example,
I know my responses may seem like I'm triggered, but really I'm just straightforward. I may be harsh, but I don't give any sympathy. Oh, there you go. I'd rather see that side, William, explaining, things, especially that you're making it known that you hate these people. How about some context about it? Ganon. Are YouTube trolls considered men or women children? Ooh la la. And that's kind of like the thing, right? If you can pinpoint little things here and there, for me, this is how I see it. If I can understand certain people's faces, and if I like them, there's hope for ang sama ko talaga, there's hope for them. I can actually be in their shoes as well, or they can be in my shoes as well, and I can express, if I'm becoming a woman child or if I'm becoming immature on some things, I can express that if I know exactly what are this? How do you mature? How do you think things through? The influx of Western man children, icy feet at TED Talk. Oh, I would love that. I would definitely love that. Ayan, late bloomers at 50 years old. Ooh la la. Why not? This is the thing. We can laugh about this. We can actually trigger some people because we laugh, we joke about it. But this is the thing. If you cannot laugh at these little things, then how are you supposed to lighten up the things off your shoulders when you're taking things too personal? So, practice in ICEE. Ask questions. Try to kind of like voice out your emotion or express your emotions. Tell a story. But at the same time, be mindful that if you're gonna share your story, people will react on it and make that your practice. I do that all the time with me. I think I'm a masochist. Like, and once it doesn't bother you, then good job because you've mastered the art of ignoring. Diba? Like, there are good stories on YouTube. I bet. We can always talk things. We can have like set a blueprint of what are the things so that everything will go according to the plan. But nobody knows because these are behaviors. You can follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. But if the person you're dealing with is not matured enough to understand your side or to understand what you want in life, yes, it would fail. It doesn't matter whether you follow other people's footsteps because they're successful, but just one of you isn't ready for a certain change that you want or what the other person want. If it's not aligned, relationship does fail. FYI guys, according to Filipino, walang forever. Prove that wrong. Diba? That's the only thing we can actually do. Prove people wrong. People that we hate or dislike. Prove them wrong. That's all you can do. That's it. And proving them wrong is actually more beneficial than actually making them right all along. Ganon. O, tama ba? And why plan? Just go with the flow. Ooh la la. Yes. People really just go to extremes, go to certain things. If this person says it, it will generalize everybody. It's not really good. Like, if you look at life like that, you're already limiting yourself. And for me, if I know the context, that's how you process life, at the end of the day, you're gonna complain you're not happy. Whose fault is that? I want to give sympathy. Don't get me wrong. I was actually doing really good for the past 2 years on giving benefit of the doubt, tolerating certain things in my life. Because, you know what? Why not? But there's always going to be a line with me. The same thing I do in my YouTube channel. We can all laugh, we can rant, we can banter, we can joke to each other. But at the end of the day, I have rules and I have boundaries. And if you go in that line, then I am okay to react because I put it out there. The feeling of acceptance by other people is nice if you think about it. But for me, coming from a deep-rooted culture of you want to please everyone around you, honestly, real talk, it's not good. I don't like it. Never did good for me. I'm way better now that you don't have to prove yourself. If you want to prove something, prove it to yourself and not to anybody else. My motivation has always been people who belittle me because I love to prove them wrong. I will never boast or I will never do certain things. I will never. You'll just see it because that's how it is. If you are doing these things to better yourself, we all have mind to think. If you are in a deep shit, that means you're doing something wrong. Change it. Change something rather than focusing on why this person doesn't like you. Gives a shit. They don't like you. And whether you try, you try to please them, they still didn't like you. Just go. There's so many people out there. Why would you focus on the things that aren't for you? That's all I'm saying. ICEE see, I love your blue eyeshadow. Oh yes. Actually, I do have. Ever since I started streaming, is the only time I'm actually like liking to explore eyeshadow, and I think I already have like those big ones, big sets of. I already buy because I like it. I'm starting to like it. Usually Saturday is my day to dolled up, try to explore some makeup, try to feel like a girl and feminine sometimes. So I really, really appreciate all of your compliments because I do try my best and I do a lot of effort because I don't like makeup. But if it is, I'll gain compliments, I'll do it. Kapal ng mukha talaga.